Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I don't know what time it is. But point is this: I know you're not used to seeing me first, but I wanted to point this out. So I'm gonna spin around here. Yes, we need to clean up here. Where I'm working on that. If you see Lisa back here, so this is when YouTube is gonna get super meta, right? But I'm gonna stay at a safe distance. But you see Lisa, she might wave. Okay. What Lisa is doing right now is watching a YouTuber. Watching Morris Time YouTube video on how to perfect her fried dumpling. Yes. Now a lot of Jamaicans, especially Jamaicans abroad, are not going to admit that maybe you can work on your technique, or that you might not even know how to do certain dishes and things. But this, I wanted to record this, not because I'm trying to like make fun or shame or anything like that, but the reason why I'm recording it is because this is something I think is not being addressed by, and I'm sure it's happening to more than just Jamaican people. It's a slow process, but you can slowly lose your culture without things of videos being recorded on how to make these things. It's important that you have somebody like Morris on Morris Time videos that you can watch and get in touch with your roots. If you are me and Lisa used to hate the term Jamaican, but Jamaican, or you refer to yourself as my parents are Jamaican or Caribbean descent and all of those things, and you might love the food, you might go to your favorite Jamaican restaurant, but you could not dream of making the food yourself. There's more than just empowering yourself to be able to have the food, but it's something that you can pass on generationally. It doesn't have to be your child, it can be a niece, nephew, it can be a friend of yours or something like that. It can be loved ones that you just want to be able to share your culture with, that, you know, like, we're not inherently born knowing these things, you know. I'm not born and know how to make oxtail, and then if for whatever reason your parents don't pass on that, you just reach a point where you can't cook, and you can't cook those certain things, and then I guess you're supposed to just hide the shame and act like, yo, I can't tell anybody I don't know how to cook oxtail, or I don't know how to cook brown stew, or I don't know how to make rice and peas from scratch, I don't know how to do this or that. I don't know why I said scratch, like there's some kind of mix somewhere, like some like ready-made mix that all you have to do is just like...
They do. And like a lot of like English supermarkets will sell like ready-made oxtail sauce.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
But if you're second generation or first generation in this home, and
don't get it
restaurants
twisted.
Are expensive,
yeah,
you'll try it, you know?
And don't get it twisted. You know, like, I am somebody who will, I have to get the name, the brand. Lisa will tell me what it is actually. But like, when it comes to patty, like, yeah, I love to have a local patty shop. Down south, we had Taste Nice. I know somebody gonna be screaming like, you're not picking up Golden Cross. I am not a huge fan of Golden Cross like that, but I see why people eat there. What's the other one, babe? The one that was a small place and then it got big down there by... What is that?
In Jamaica or down
No, it down south.
The one that we don't like.
No, not Golden Cross.
A patty place that we like?
Yeah, and it's...
Taste Right.
Not Taste Right. Taste Right. And then it was remember I told you it was a small shop, and then it got into the big huge shop on like Pembroke and Hyatt or something, that is?
Finger licking.
Yeah, alright, so big up Taste Right, Finger Licking, you know, down south. I haven't gotten the chance to really look for a patty shop up here in Central Florida yet. I'm sure I will be successful in finding it, and I'll carry along on that journey. But like, you're talking to somebody who buys frozen patties from Costco. What's the brand that we eat, babe?
I'm gonna show it to you.
There's one that they sell at Costco. I don't like that one. What's that one? That's Island something or another.
Caribbean Food Delight.
Listen,
Good company.
I will say this.
You can get it at Walmart.
Am I telling you this is like getting a fresh patty in Jamaica? No, whichever side of the line you land on, which is juicy beef or tasty. No, I'm not saying that. But this still has an authentic flavor to it. So it's Caribbean Food Delights. There's another one. What is that one? Island something?
This is my best looking dumpling.
I love how Lisa just trying to mess me up, you know. She hear me asking her stuff, you know.
But
What's the other brand?
Morris time? Alright, my friend. Yeah, man.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Anyway, if it's not them, don't buy it. But yeah, the point is, I'm not saying the ready-made stuff. I'm sure there's some stuff that people like that Grace make. I don't like Grace ready-made patty. It's not my thing. But there are certain things that come from Grace and other companies that are good. But there's something about knowing how to make these things at home. So it's important that people like that get big up, and it's important that we discuss how we end up losing out on our culture by not passing on these things. You know, people come to America and quickly want to assimilate, which is fine. You can hear Kellan going wild over his show. People want to quickly assimilate, or they just get into the hustle and bustle of America. Will grind you out. You know, they will grind you into a pace and let you forget who you are, or, you know, culturally who you are. If you let it, you know, you will get to the point where, oh, I work so much hours, I can't cook like Sunday dinner anymore or whatever. And you never pass. That kid that you have up here, that's born up here or whatever, is not going to know about those things. He might know about it, but he's not going to know inherently how to make a dumpling or how to fry plantain and cut it the right way, and how to make green banana and all of those things. So it's up to you as a steward that if you're even in the generation that it fell on, where you were not taught how to cook certain things or at all, there are resources. Find the videos, go and try and make it yourself, struggle through it. Don't go on the internet and get people go, what is that don't look right, who make them this and that. Don't let those people discourage you. Go teach yourself the skill, and better yet, regain the culture, because when it's gone, it's gone. Anyway, that's my soapbox preaching for the day. So we're at home. It's my first day off. First of 3 days off. We have a bunch of things to do. I'm going to try to not get too fixated on not getting all of them done, and just get what I can get done and enjoy the time off as well. So first is clean up, then we'll talk about what we're doing on the road. Any parting words?
Morris time, you know what you're talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't know, we're gonna put the link to his channel in and the link to this recipe. This is, you know,
where is
best
she?
looking dumplings.
I'm trying to find Lisa and she don't. Okay. Anyway.
Best looking dumplings. Yes.
Dumpling look good still. So yeah, big up Morris time. And wash your damn hands.
Yo, that's gonna be your thing?
Okay. So the whole day the camera has been off. So it's now night. Lisa is editing some other video that you're going to watch. But I just wanted to show you guys this, because I showed her, she looked at me and then just looked off and didn't comment. So this bowl, this is a simple thing, right? This bowl right here is plastic, right? And it's white. I've told Lisa several times, I said, Lisa, several glass bowl or whatever you want to say, this is ceramic or whatever. Bowls that are cleanable, easy to clean out, right? However, Lisa always grabs the plastic bowls. And the worst thing is, you know, if it's even that she wants a plastic bowl, here's 2 green bowls. She will not use those. She will go and use the white bowls, and not for cereal or for chips or for something that is easy to clean it out. Although she will use these for those things. But I've spoken to her several times and said, Lisa, do not use the white plastic bowls with things first with sauce and those kind of things, because it stains. Even when you wash it and it's clean, you're going to get it back with this orange. Now when this bowl is clean and it is the exact same color, you going to want to eat out of this bowl? No. Now imagine if it was Lisa that told me something, right? Look at her over there. Imagine it was Lisa.
Are you watching your child, Kellan? Can you see
Lisa is also yelling at me about Kellan to ignore what I'm saying when she's literally about 3 feet away from him.
Kellan.
Okay, back to the bowl. I wanted to record that because I wanted to share with you silly like ongoing disagreements that happen. I don't know if it's just the unimportance of it or what it is. I'm not even going to comment on that. I don't know what it is. But just know that if it was me that was ignoring what Lisa was asking me several times to stop doing, that it would be that I don't listen to her and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, let me go and stop Kellan from being extra right now. I don't know why I can't just sit in the toy. Yeah, do what you're doing right now. Sit in the toy and play with it normal. Well, somewhat normal.
So guys, we are on the blue couch. We're on the blue couch. This is where we're going to spend some time discussing topics that we would normally discuss. But we're going to sit down and kind of record them. Yeah, so like Dan and I, we communicate pretty well.
Yeah.
And we
turn towards you.
we communicate pretty well. And we discussed, which is what kind of intrigued me about him. Yeah, it's one of the things that kind of intrigued me about him was that we were able to discuss everything from current events to religion to how we grew up and all that stuff. So, like I said, this is the time that we're going to be sitting down and talking about. Me personally, I prefer to stay away from current events. I don't really get into politics and stuff like that on a open forum.
But current events is more than just politics.
Yes. So yeah, we could talk about like
I think there has to be a way to relate it back.
Hopefully, eventually, you'll be seeing us doing more of these sit-down topics.
Especially if you guys react the right way to it.
Yeah, and the plan is eventually, like tonight, I'm gonna pose a question and we're gonna discuss it. I'm sure maybe in the past we've discussed it before, but it's not like a rehearsed thing. It's just kind of us talking about it. But yeah, but eventually, hopefully, you guys will be commenting below in the series and kind of asking us questions that we're gonna kind of like deep dive into. Yeah, so current events. Dad is definitely right about that. Current events can kind of be a broad spectrum. Like recently, one of the current events that we kind of deep dived into was the travel nurses. This bill to like cap how much travel nurses can make. That's a current event that I am. I don't mind. It is political, but it is something that I don't mind kind of discussing. But when it comes to like, I guess controversial topics, I kind of stay away from that. Dan is, he's more comfortable with that, but I don't. It makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it has to relate back to the household some way.
Yes.
Like, I'm not just going to. I don't feel the need to speak on like, oh, what's the latest controversy on little BJ said to
little BJ 6955213
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Yeah. And
Like-
and then there's also topics that like Dan will probably come and like have to inform me of and kind of keep me, because like okay, like the Kanye West thing, it's not controversial, but everybody's talking about it, and I don't know if we really need to add our 2 cents to that, but I'm kind of the one that's kind of telling Dan more information about like what's been going on.
I'm like purposely staying away from it because I think there are.
I think he has an opinion. There's an opinion. He
I've
definitely
told you
has an opinion.
Opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are abuses of people. There
Mm-hmm.
are abuses of people's mental state,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole bunch of laundry list of things that wrap up into it. But and the reality of the situation is, I just don't care enough about it. It's not like, oh, I'm too cool to care about it.
Mm.
It's just,
what is it bringing to
yeah,
our
like
space?
I don't
you
know what that is bringing to me other
Even
than
though-
distraction.
Even though that there are elements of it that I think are up for discussion, as in like regards to like
And that's when-
divorcing and like
That's when those things should
The-
be discussed. But I feel
yeah.
like if it's just purely for the entertainment,
of
and
seeing the
it's
spiral,
not something
yeah.
that's in intention, it's
Intention,
and the
yeah.
intention was for it to be entertainment,
Mhm.
then there's no real need to speak on that.
True. So, question of the, I don't know if it's going to be an hour-long conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
it is the question of the night is, how has marriage changed you? I say marriage and not being a parent, because that's another topic altogether. So like, how has our marriage, because we were together for 4 years before we got married. About 4 years before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at that, guys. And he's even worse. But I think it's like 4 years before we got married. And then we've been together for, this year will be 5 years. Wow. 5 years since we've been married. Oh, good job.
What do you mean?
We've been married since 2017. So we've been married for 5 years this year.
Okay.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, so if you want to break it down in that, like, okay, and why, okay, so let me even go into, like, why I'm asking, because, like, people, I wonder, like, or people talk about it, like, I think there's been, this continuous, like, degrading of, like, the importance of marriage, and, like, why marriage is important, and, like, why, what's the point of getting married? You can just be in a long-term relationship and have a bag of kids, and then, you know, it's okay. And it is okay. If it works for you, do what you do. But did you see a dynamic change?
I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I feel like people are scared to say this. Like,
scared to say what?
That's not okay. It's not okay. Like, there's a lot of people that are. I think you're genuine in the fact that you're saying, like,
some people don't need to be married.
I said this, and you looked at me and I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, all women are crazy, right? All women are crazy. And you're like, all men are crazy. And you know what? Both people are right. But you got to find your brand. And then I'm like, damn, now I lost 10 years instead of just the 2 that I was so scared to lose.
If you had a toxic relationship to begin with, you're going to have a toxic marriage.
I love you.
Then
he got married. Come on, girl.
It was with Brandy.
Give me my damn sandwich,
Brandy.
girl. Parenting now.
Those things,
that's a different thing.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's another thing. Because
so
now you brought a whole you brought a whole person into your relationship.
Dynamic,
there's a third,
so
possibly
that is definitely
more than multiples. Makes it even.
So I would definitely agree that parenting can change.
That can change your life overnight. That can make you into another person overnight because we
probably gonna end up talking about it a little more. But again, we thank you for all the love and support. If you haven't done it already, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification because we do this often. Thank you. I hope you had a glass of wine while we were drinking. But we will do it again. Please, if you have a topic you want us to discuss, comment below. Peace, love, and happiness.
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. patient. No